Today we're going to explore one of the most profound ways to change the way your bike rides, changing the wheels and tires. I love how this bike is set up. It's set up perfectly for how I ride. But lately I've been wondering, what would it be like to set it up with super light XC wheels? Would that change the feel of the bike? Would it make it more nervous? Would it make it faster? Would it make it more confident, less confident? Let's find out. Today we're gonna see. So I've got my Zip 3.0 Moto wheels on here, which are my all-time favorite wheels for hardtails. They rotate and flex perfectly and don't transfer a lot of vibration to the rider. Even on a stiff frame, they help soften up the bike. But they're a little bit heavy, and I'm running downhill tires. 2.5 wide tread Assegai in the front, a 2.4 Hutchinson Griffiths in the rear. Each of these tires weighs like 1,100 grams. It's significant. And they're nice wide tires, which suits downhill and aggressive riding well. But what would happen if we change these to XC tires? Will it completely change the nature of the bike, even though all the geometry and everything stays the same? Let's find out. Here's what we're gonna be putting on. These are featherweight wheels with featherweight tires, 2.25 Schwalbe Racing Ralphs. I don't like these tires, but they are light. I do have Cushcore in here just to protect this rim, just in case, because it's not meant for shredding on a hardtail. NVM 525 carbon wheels, super light, super light. These have bladed spokes. There's 24 spokes instead of 32. I'm also curious if this is going to be a compliant wheel or stiff under this bike. Let's see if changing a wheel set can completely change your bike, because a lot of people buy multiple bikes, but I believe if you had a super lightweight XC wheel set and an aggressive Enduro wheel set and you just swap them based on your trail, that might be a better option than buying a completely new second bike that's different. This is going to be fun because I get to keep the same geo, I get to keep the same handling and everything. Let's see what it's like. So for this, we're going to be doing a ton of mix matching. This is a Shimano XTR 12-speed cassette going on a SRAM X01 12-speed shifter. We're going to find that Shimano cassettes work just fine on SRAM and vice versa. We're also running a Shimano rotor on a SRAM brake. So yes, they do mix and match. It's not a big deal. Some people intentionally do that because they like the way one cassette shifts over the other, etc. One thing I need to say about that, with Shimano, their MasterLink only works with Shimano chainrings. So if you run something other than Shimano, just run the SRAM 12-speed chainring and you'll be fine. It won't mess up your Shimano. It'll shift great, and then you can use any chainring you want. That is a big tip that a lot of people don't know. All right, let's swap this out. Whenever I remove the rear wheel, I shift it into the highest gear. Then when I put it on, I know exactly where that goes, and that's the easiest. I love how SRAM derailleurs have a pin there to hold the slack out of the way. So I've got 180 rotors on the rear of both of these wheels. They're both boost, that's important. Boost tells you how wide this distance is here, and it's 148. Before boost, they were 142 mil. And so a boost wheel will not fit in a non-boost frame. There's no need for any new spacers. Everything lines right up. But what I do need to do is align my caliper to my rotor, make sure it's not rubbing. All right, 12-speed Shimano. Shifting good. It's got the Hydra hub. I hate that hub. At least the sound of it. It's a good hub, but it's so noisy. Listen to that. So noisy. All right, now what I need to do is align this just a millimeter or two to make sure it's lined up perfectly with this and not getting any drag. And to do that, basically, I'm just looking down in this slot and making sure there's equal space on both sides of the caliper. So basically your caliper and pads are like this, and your rotor sits in it and it grabs it. That's how it stops. But you don't want it too far to one side or twisted. You want it right in the middle. So you're gonna adjust the caliper to have equal space on both sides. That's what I just did. Up front, it's a tiny bit trickier because I got a 200 mil rotor on here. I'd love to run a 200 mil rotor on here, but I don't have a 200 mil center lock. So this is what I got. I'm so glad that Shimano's and SRAMs play nice together this time. They don't always. All right, pulled my spacer out. When you're building up a bike, you need to learn all of these terms and standards and sizes and stuff. Some forks like this are meant for 180 rotors. Some are meant for 160s. Some are meant for 140s. So you really need to know so you get the right adapter when you put this all together. Lining up the caliper again. So just like that, we're ready to rip. These are ultralight wheels. This is kind of silly looking. 150 mil travel, 65 head angle, super burly build, except for the wheels. These are 25 mil internal width, super narrow, 225s in the back, a 235 knobby nick in the front. But we're gonna see if this completely changes the character of the bike. It may not. In our next episode, we will take this out to the trails and see what's different.